$3,800 in a day is no easy feat. So today in this video, I'm going to go over how to handle mid-trade panic. I'm going to show you a tool that's going to help you put better stop losses in place. Specifically, you're going to know where to put the better stop loss, and you're going to know when you should really trust that stop loss or when you should start to piece out of those trades that are not working. So the ideal goal today is we come away with this not saying, hey, Austin, great, you made $4,000 today. We're going to come away from this saying, okay, now I know a tool to use so I don't have to close my trades in a panic style, in a freak out style, like maybe some of you are. Now, before we get into this, I have to promote something, of course. March 8th, 9 a.m., we're doing a big webinar. It's free. The link to sign up is below. How I made $10,000. It's actually more than that in 30 days. We're going over Evan's huge win streak and the tips that he has for taking payouts. So be there, sign up, link in my bio, link in the description. It's everywhere. Now, this is TradeZella. You know I use TradeZella every day. We're going to go first with my overnight trade. You can see previous day, Tuesday, we have a double top as a high. To start the Asian session here, you can see the dotted line right here. That's the changeover of day. We run up nicely. I mean, 6, 7, 8 bars in a row up. Now, in the Asian session, we typically don't move a lot, and we didn't. You can see we started at 61.44. We moved up to 61.56, about 12 points, and then back down until the London session kicked us over here, right? That's when London sent us lower. This was an interesting day. Leo was up sleeping with us because we had his room painted. So he's sleeping in the bed with me and Riley. So at this point in the trade, when my note says woke up, Leo was up, I'm actually awake looking at my phone, but I didn't do anything because I was half asleep. And I knew I had a thesis. I need to stick to it. I got to see it through. Win or loss, I didn't plan to wake up in the middle of the night. So tip number 1 on how to avoid mid-trade panic, get a good entry. So you're chopping your trade in profit, not in drawdown. It's easier to sit in. But also stick to your thesis. That's tip number 1. You can see my short entry here, and you can see my exit with the blue arrow here. I think I had 6 minis on this thing. It was good. It was good. So that was the first trade. Then I'm long at New York Open at 9:48 in the morning. You can see my buy entry with the blue arrow here. Delta was negative 800. Delta then rose to negative 300 as we held opening range low in an overall very tight opening range. Not a lot of movement, right? I'm using this blue line here, which is previous day New York VWAP, and today's blue line here, which is today's New York VWAP, to say, hey, I want to be on the right side of the VWAP with my stop loss under opening range low, and I want to look to trade out the top of the range. That's the thesis. So again, back to tip number 1 from the first trade, stick to the thesis. Tip number 2 is use Bookmap. That's what I want everyone to get out of this video. Delta saved me here. Specifically, seeing the orders on the Bookmap at 28, 61.28 was the price right there. You can see it. So because we had orders at 28, and I put that in my note here, I lowered the stop to 27.50. That gave me enough space to stay in this trade at only an 8-point stop overall, right? It's only an 8-point stop overall to stay in the trade, see the chop through, and then I was able to close it for a win. It popped because Trump started talking. It said Trump eyes a bigger deal with a bigger and better trade deal with China. So I'm like, okay, China trade war news. This could go up or down. Got to bail. So I didn't get the full 1R. The risk reward wasn't great on this trade. Doesn't matter. Look at my stats. Look at my other videos. That doesn't matter for me. I still get payouts. What matters is I was able to be green. What matters is I used Bookmap to put myself in a position with my stop loss under a heavy block of orders that ultimately ended up holding and then moving higher. How shitty would it have been if I had my stop right here at this pin and I get tapped out here and I either have to get back in or whatever happened and I miss that move? That would be really, really shitty. So Bookmap has helped me not just last week, not just on this trade, in many, many trades. I have a link in the description for you to get 3 months of Bookmap for $150. It's not cheap. I get it. But if you can't afford a $150 expense to make your trading potentially exponentially more profitable, you probably got to get your money right before you should even be trading. That's just the truth. You shouldn't be trading if you're broke. Sorry. Just the truth. So that was the 2 setups. Now, the best trade of the day comes here, of course, after my trade. This is a textbook New York VWAP bounce. Buyers take control. You can see my exits here. Sits sideways, retests that same 61.35 price, holds the low, and then trades right back through. So we had guys entering at 61.35, 61.36, 61.37, and they caught a great pop. Really, most of them were out at the equal highs here from that pin, but it ends up going even higher. So there's a little tip too. Sometimes the best trades are seem to be coming like 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30. So sometimes you got to wait for a better setup. But ultimately, this ended up being a great day. And it's a great video for me to show you guys how to use Bookmap to put your stop loss in the proper position and how to not get panicked out of trades until those orders fill. In this example, if I see the block of orders at 28 and I put my stop at 27, and when I'm saying those two numbers, I'm saying the last two numbers of price over here, 61.28, 61.27. If I see that, I can be confident in the thesis of this stop loss should hold. If those orders fill and then it goes to my stop loss, it probably goes lower. So you're going to get more confident stop losses. You're going to get better placed stop losses, and you're going to have at least a solid thesis that you can stick to so you don't panic mid-trade. Now, I'm going to shut up. Click the link in the description. Save on Tradeify. Join us on ASFX TV. I've got all the links for Bookmap, for Tradeify, for everything, and all the discount codes down below. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.